My name is Tarmack, and this is your Game Industry News Wrap-Up for the week of April 15th, 2017. Nintendo released sales numbers for the Switch and Breath of the Wild in North America, according to market research conglomerate NPD. The Nintendo Switch, in its first 28 days, or 4 weeks on the market, sold through 906,000 units. Combined sales between the Switch and Wii U versions of Zelda Breath of the Wild for the same period were 1.3 million units. However, of particular note is the fact that 1.3 million, 460,000 were sold on the Wii U and 925,000 were sold on the Switch. That's right, they sold 19,000 more Switch versions of Breath of the Wild than they sold Switches. Nintendo offered up a possible answer that it may be related to people buying both the base game and the limited edition version. Gamers wanted there to be a second game for the Switch so badly that they bought Zelda twice. Personally, I'd be willing to bet that it's the group of people who tried to buy both, got shipped their game, but didn't get their shiny new Switch because Nintendo didn't make enough of them to meet demand. Continuing in Nintendo news, the NES Classic, or as it was also known, the Nintendo Scalper's Paradise, is being discontinued. Quote, "Throughout April, Nintendo of America territories will receive the last shipments of the Nintendo Entertainment System NES Classic Edition systems for this year." End quote. Nintendo told IGN that the NES Classic wasn't intended to be an ongoing long-term product, and received extra shipments because of the demand for the product itself. At this point, it's easier and cheaper to just buy an original NES than an NES Classic on eBay, so go retro, let your inner hipster out, and get the one that you have to blow into to make it work. Platinum Games, when talking to PC Gamer, spoke very positively about the PC as a gaming platform, alongside the recent release of Bayonetta on Steam. Quote, "If it were up to us, we'd port all of our games to PC, but it all depends on the publishers." End quote. Luckily, Platinum, you get to pick which publisher you want to work with. Feel free to sign contracts that include a PC port or even better PC primary development, and be a force for good in the advancement of a less fragmented game industry. According to a screenshot that has surfaced through the Xbox Insider program, Microsoft is going to be coming out with a self-service refund system that is similar in many ways to Valve's refund system on Steam. The new functionality will be available on the Xbox One and Windows Store, allowing refunds with less than 2 hours played or 14 days after purchase, whichever comes first. Oddly, the system has a couple of weird restrictions, like not being able to get a refund until a day after the game releases, or that you also have to have downloaded the game before refunding it. In addition, DLC, season passes, and other add-ons are not eligible for refunds. Still, it's hard to be upset about a system that isn't as good as it should be, but is totally better than what wasn't there before. I look forward to Microsoft adding free online multiplayer on Xbox as well. Experience not guaranteed, not valid with other promotions, restrictions may apply. Finally, Star Wars Battlefront 2 has been revealed, and as confirmed by the creative director, it will not have a season pass. People are praising EA for this. Stop praising the dog for not shitting on the carpet. Your game releases for the week of April 16th to 22nd are as follows. April 18th hails the release of yet another LucasArts game, this time in the form of Full Throttle Remastered. You play as Ben, a leader of a bike gang called the Polecats, and in standard point-and-click style, with a wee bit of action here and there, punch, kick, and clickety-clickety-click-click-click to victory. I'll have a review up on this one for the embargo, which lifts at midnight EST on Monday. Full Throttle HD will be available on Steam, PlayStation 4, and Vita? Also on April 18th, fans of Illusion of Choice, Foul Raccoons, and Monosyllabic Protagonists will get the first installment of TellTale's episodic series based on the Guardians of the Galaxy Marvel franchise. The game, if Wikipedia can be believed, is based on the comics, not the movies, and as a result has much cheaper voice actors. So I guess Nolan North probably isn't exactly cheap, but he'll be hella cheaper than Chris Pratt. I genuinely hope there's a point in the game where you get to select between a dialogue from Angry Groot, Inquisitive Groot, and Cautious Groot, all with exactly the same outcome. And last for the week, on April 20th, we will have the release of Syberia 3, developed and published by Microids. It's a third-person puzzle game with some really nifty-looking puzzles not all that far removed from escape room-style stuff. However, let me just say that as a Canadian who has recently had a damn dump of snow over the last couple of days, I'm less than thrilled about a winter game right now. Syberia 3 comes out on Steam, PS4, Xbox One, and the Nintendo Switch, though I couldn't confirm the release date for the Switch launch of this title. This has been your Game Industry News Wrap-Up for the week of April 15th, 2017. Feel free to click the link in the description to swing by the Discord channel to chat. The feedback loop topic for the Wednesday, 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time live stream is when game economies leave the game. So get your comments and questions down below, or any other place you can get a hold of me. My name is Tarmack. Thanks for watching.